Hello, Cardinals. We're going to talk about lesson 2 getting started today. Our essential question is, how do you think different areas on Earth warm and cool? And since we're starting lesson 2, you're going to cut out the lesson 2 green tab, just like you did for lesson 1, and we'll be taping that in and preparing those pages. Your introduction for lesson 2 goes like this. Have you ever walked barefoot on a sidewalk in the early summer? The concrete probably felt hot against your feet. If you jumped into a pool on the same day, however, the pool might have felt cooler. Surfaces on Earth absorb some of the sun's light energy and transform it into heat energy, which causes the temperature of the surface to rise. As the surface is cool, they transfer heat to the surroundings. In this lesson, you will investigate the effects of light on warming and cooling of soil and water. You'll graph the data from your investigation and relate your findings to the warming and cooling of Earth's surface. Lesson 2 is a really important lesson. This idea of the Earth warming and cooling at different rates will come back in every single lesson for the rest of the unit. So if you're absent, make sure you're getting caught up. But the idea that surfaces warm and cool at different rates will relate to basically everything we talk about during this entire unit. We have a handful of vocabulary, and this is going to go on your lesson 2 page. Heat, 3 ways heat is transferred, which is radiation, conduction, and convection. Temperature, units to measure temperature, and SI unit. Getting started, number 1. In this lesson, you'll investigate the warming and cooling of soil and water. You'll work as a group to graph and analyze your data, then share your conclusions with the class. Finally, you'll work with your group to discuss and answer questions that relate to your findings on Earth's surface. Remember to follow your teacher's instructions carefully throughout the lesson and record your predictions and data neatly and accurately. So what we're going to be doing is looking at how soil and water warm and cool at different rates. You're going to take the data, which will be in temperatures, and graph that, and then you're going to analyze that graph. Analyze means look at all the data and see what you find for trends, and you'll be then sharing your ideas with the class. Before you start investigation tomorrow, we're going to study the world map below. You're going to be predicting areas of the map that might warm faster when exposed to the sun, and why did you make that prediction? And you're going to make them explain those predictions in your science notebook. Some things to think about as you look at that map: land covered by ice, maybe land covered by forest, desert land, land covered by cities, ocean water, fresh water, and lakes. Think about how those different areas, all those different surfaces might warm differently. Getting started, number 3 is going to be brainstorming ways that you could use the materials to the right to create investigation to figure out how different surfaces warm and cool. You'll be recording your ideas in your science notebook. And then your teacher is going to go through steps 6 through 18 for tomorrow's lab, so you're all ready to go. So 6 through 18 basically is setting up a lamp. You're going to be getting some thermometers ready to go, putting holes in the center to keep them from falling. You're going to get some samples of soil and water. You can see off to the right what your setup is going to look like. You're going to have a couple beakers with soil and water in them, and then some thermometers. And you're going to be allowing them to warm and cool, and then see how that rate of change is different between soil and water. And then here's an example of what your data table could look like. And then after you turn off the lamp, you're going to see how, once it's warm, how it cools off. So you're going to warm up the temperature and then let it cool off. When you finish, you'll have to do some cleaning up. And then your student sheets 2.1 is where you're going to be recording your information for the warming column and then for the cooling column. So our to-do list today, things we got to get done and checked off. Lesson 2, getting started, 1, 2, and 3. And then prepping for tomorrow. If we get time, we're going to read investigation 2.1. And if we get time at the end of class, we're going to read building your knowledge, a hot topic. And as you read a hot topic, we're going to define terms that you come across on your tab page. So it'll give you a chance to look at your vocabulary. Once again, if you have any questions, talk to your teacher, Cardinals, and have a great day.